Been wondering how to take your .NET app from build to live on Azure? You're in the right place. Today we are deploying our app to Azure Web App step by step using the artifact we published in the last video, and trust me, it's simpler than you think. In this video, we learn how to create an Azure Web App Service from scratch, configure a release pipeline in Azure DevOps, deploy your .NET artifact to the web app, and verify that your app is live and running. In this first part, we are going to create a resource group. If you've used it before, you will probably see it in the shortcut menu. If not, just tap resource group into the search bar and click on it. Then hit create and make sure your subscription is selected. And for the resource group name, give it something meaningful. In our case, we will call it Smart App RG. For the region, we are going to leave it as North Europe since that's our preferred location. After that, click next. If you want, you can add a tag here, otherwise just click review and create, and then hit create. Once it is done, you will see a notification pop up. Click on it to open and view your newly created resource. And you will see that the Smart App RG has been created with all the configuration we provided. Now, in the next step, we are going to create a service plan, which we will need for our web app. Okay, so first locate the app service plan, and if you use it recently, you will see it in your shortcut menu. Otherwise, just type app service plan into the search bar and select the first result. Once it opens, click create. So you will now be prompted to configure your app service plan. First, make sure your subscription is selected, and for your resource group, choose the one we created earlier. For your app service plan detail, we are going to call our smart app plan, and for the operating system, we will leave it as set as Linux, and as that's what we're using. And for the region, keep it as North Europe, just like we did before. Now scroll down to the pricing tier, click the explore available pricing plan. For this project, we are not going to use the F1 tier since it doesn't offer enough capacity. Instead, we will choose B3 tier, which come with 7 gigs of memory. Now click next, select, and next you can add the tag if needed, or simply click review and create, and then hit create to launch the deployment. Once the deployment begins, you will see a notification pop up indicating that it is in progress. And when it is done, click go to resources, either from the notification or from the main portal view. You will see now all the configuration data we just set: the name, Smart App Plan, the region, and the pricing tier set to B3, just as we selected. Now that our service plan is ready, we are going to move on to create our web app, and this time we will be doing it a little differently. So to create our web app, we will do it using the Azure CLI instead of the portal, since we've previously done with using the portal, and you must be now used to it by now. So we are going to use the Azure CLI to give you some experience using it. So once you click the Cloud Shell icon at the top of the Azure portal, if it's your first time using Cloud Shell, you'll be prompted to configure the storage. So go ahead and follow the instruction. And once your shell is ready, we want to enter the following command. So we are going to create a web app, so we need to use the AZ command, and we will specify a few parameters, such as the name of our web app, such as the resource group, the plan, and also the runtime. So to begin, we are going to write AZ web app create, and then specify the parameter -- name, and specify the name smart app. And you can see we've added a few random characters to make sure that your web app name is unique. Then for the resource group, you've seen the resource group name that we created, so it's going to be also smart app -rg for the parameter -- resource group. Then the next things we want to specify in our Azure command is going to be the plan, and for that we make use of the parameter -- plan. And here we specify the name of the plan that we created, and you should already know by now. If you go to the Smart App Resource Group, you will see that our smart plan is here, and it's called Smart Plan Smart App Plan, and this is it. And one last thing before we can submit the deployment of our web app, we need to provide a runtime for our web app. And since our application is currently running on a .NET version 6, we need to provide the runtimes as .NET version 6.0. And once this is done, you want to click enter to submit the deployment. Okay, so now Azure will now create your web app, and once it's done, we will go back to our resource group and refresh the page, and we will see that the web app will be listed. So now let's come back once that's done. Alright, now that our web app service is created, let's go ahead and refresh our resource group. It might take a few seconds for the portal to update, so just keep refreshing until the change show up. So once it refreshes, you will see that the smart app has been successfully created and is now listed under the resource group we used. And if you click on it, you will notice all the configuration detail, including the default domain, and this is the domain we will be using later to access our web app once it is deployed. We are done here for now, so you can close this tab and head over to the Azure DevOps portal. From here, we'll move on to updating our pipeline so it can deploy our application to the new web app service we just created. Ready? Let's go. Okay, so head back to the repo section in the Azure DevOps. Here you will see the Smart App repository, the same one we used in our previous demo. From here, click on Pipeline, then select the Smart App Pipeline, and then click Edit. And now you will see the list of tasks we used earlier, including the one to build and publish our artifact. The last task in the list should be the Publish Artifact task, the one we used to make our app package available for deployment. Next step, we are going to build on top of this by adding a new task that will handle the deployment to our web app service. Alright, from here, open the Task Assistant, also called Show Assistant, within the pipeline editor. In the search bar, type Web App, and you should see an option called Azure Web App, and that's the one we want to use for deploying our application. For the Azure subscription, select the service connection we created earlier for the Smart App project. Under the app type, choose the web app on Linux. And for the app name, select the exact name you use when creating the web app in the Azure portal, in our case that's Smart App. Next, for the package or folder, we want to use the directory where our build artifact is published. So replace the default value with the same artifact path we used earlier, usually something like build artifact staging directly. Then under the runtime task, select the .NET version 6, since that's what our web app is currently built on. Double check the formatting of this new task and make sure everything is properly indented to avoid pipeline error. And then once you are happy with your configuration, click Add to include it in the YAML file. Then you want to click Validate, and you can see that the pipeline is valid. And before saving to the main branch, add a commit message. In our case, we write added deploy task to deploy to web app. And once you are happy with your commit message, we want to commit it directly to the main branch. Then you can click Save. And once saved, go back to the Pipeline tab, and you will see a list of pipeline running. And you should notice that the Smart App pipeline is now running again. Click on the running job, then click into the build and publish section, you will see the pipeline progressing through each tag step by step, including the new deploy task that we just added. Let it finish, and once it is done, your app should be deployed and live on Azure. We will check it once the pipeline completes successfully. Alright, so now you can see that our pipeline has run through all the steps, from building, publishing to deploying our app, and everything completed successfully. If you check the logs, you will notice the app service URL, which matches exactly what we had in our Azure portal. This one. And clicking on that, open the app in a new tab. You might get a certificate warning at first. That's normal when HTTPS is enabled, but no custom domain or valid certificate is configured. Just continue to the site and let it load. Okay, so while that is refreshing, let's go back and quickly review the pipeline one more time. In the build and publish section, if you click on the artifact link, you'll be taken to the published artifact page. And there you should see your smart app folder, confirming that the app was built and packaged as expected. Now going back to the tab where our app is opening, you will notice that it is now live and running directly from Azure. And just like that, you've deployed your first web app using Azure Web App Service and automated the process end-to-end with Azure Pipeline. From here on, every change you push to your code base will trigger this same pipeline and deploy the latest version straight to the web, which means you now have a continuous deployment setup. Nice work, and congratulations on making it this far. Now that your app is up and running, in the next video we will explore how to set up staging slot and manage the zero downtime deployment. If you haven't yet, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss it. Got any question? Drop them in the comment. I reply to everyone. Thanks for watching and happy deploying.